Riding a ferry is a fun and practical way to visit the Greek islands. Sometimes it's the only way to get between them, as only the most popular islands have airports. Plus, most flights require a connecting flight in Athens. Ferries typically connect Athens with every major island, stopping at smaller islands in different combinations along the way. The Cyclades Island group, including Santorini, Mykonos, Piraeus, Naxos, Milos, and Ios, is the most popular and typically the best for first-time travelers to Greece. The Cyclades Islands are located in the Aegean Sea, roughly halfway between mainland Greece and the island of Crete, and there are frequent routes between these islands, making it easy to visit during your trip. For a quick, easy trip from Athens, the Argo-Saronic Islands are a great choice. During summer, the number of routes and frequency of ferries increases substantially. Now, before we go any further, know that everything you see featured in this video is covered in far greater detail in our Greek Ferries guide, plus in-depth travel guides to all of Europe's leading destinations, including Paris, London, Rome, Amsterdam, Barcelona, Lisbon, Madrid, and many more can be found on our site at santorinidave.com. Piraeus is the largest and most commonly used port in Athens, and most Greek island hopping trips begin or end here. It's easy to access via metro or rail from both downtown and Athens International Airport, with the bus or metro train stopping just steps from the port entrance. If you've got a lot of luggage, consider taking a taxi, which can drop you right at your ferry departure gate. There is no real need to stay close to the port, but if you're arriving late or leaving early and would prefer to, there are a handful of good options to choose from. Here we suggest the Alex Hotel and the Port Square Hotel. Otherwise, we recommend choosing a hotel in the city center and arriving to the port by metro or taxi. A few good hotel choices that are right by a metro station that serves Line 1 to the port are A for Athens and Muse Urban Suites, both in central Monastiraki Square. We highly suggest booking your ferry tickets in advance online. It's fast and easy. If you prefer to pay in person, your best bet is to purchase at one of the travel agencies located at the port, or at the kiosk of the individual ferry company on which you plan to travel. The ticket price is the same everywhere, regardless of how you purchase. We use and recommend ferryhopper.com, which is great for researching timetables, costs, and schedules, and we've included a link in the description below this video. In general, plan to purchase your tickets around 2 to 3 months in advance for summer travel, and 1 to 2 months for spring or fall. Though the larger ferries seldom sell out, the smaller ones can and frequently do in the height of the season. On the day of your journey, we recommend arriving at the port at least an hour in advance. Most ports have seating areas in the shade and cafes to enjoy a bite to eat or drink while you wait. There are 3 main types of Greek ferries. The largest and most common is the vehicle and passenger ferry, often called a car ferry, though some high-speed ferries also take cars. A little smaller are the high-speed catamarans, which can be a rough ride in choppy seas, but are generally pretty stable. Finally, there are the small catamarans, which move the fastest, but have the bumpiest rides and are more likely to get canceled due to bad weather. The smaller catamarans also restrict passengers to the interior area and do not have outdoor seating to enjoy. When boarding ferries, passengers typically have the option to self-store their luggage in racks on the vehicle level or take them with them to the seating areas. On board, there are a combination of stairs, escalators, and elevators to go between levels depending on the size of the boat. The smallest and fastest ferries only have 2 levels. The large ferries can have as many as 8 floors, including a dog kennel, gift shops, wine bar, multiple cafes and food options, and a customer service desk. Most ferries offer a range of seating classes with varying degrees of space, privacy, and comfort. A typical economy class ticket on a large ferry entitles the rider to the common areas around the boat, which includes a variety of lounges or the option to upgrade to a reserved seat. First and business class tickets typically include a reserved seat, better views, larger and more comfortable seating, and table service from the cafe. Wi-Fi is available for a fee on most ferries. Many ferries have outdoor decks and seating with areas that are either protected from the sun and wind or open to the sky. These areas are for everyone to enjoy and not available to reserve. On a sunny day, sitting in the open air, sailing through the Aegean is a fabulous way to pass the time and get a peek at a variety of different islands. It's also fun to watch the action from above, as passengers and vehicles enter and leave the ferry at each port of call along the route. If doing so is important to you, you'll want to book tickets on a larger ferry. The larger ferries are for sleeping cabins, great for long overnight routes, such as from Athens to Crete. These rooms have bunk beds that sleep 2 to 4 passengers and a small en-suite bathroom, usually with a shower. Almost all ferries offer a variety of food and beverage options on board, from coffee, wine, and beer to pastries, snacks, and more complete meals. Of course, all ferries have restrooms in all seating classes. Just prior to arriving to each port, the captain will make an announcement, and all passengers disembarking at that destination will queue to get off. The time at each stop is limited, and people in vehicles must quickly make their way on and off the vessel. Taxis and buses are usually waiting at each port when ferries arrive, or travelers can arrange private transportation with their hotel or with other private transport services. We've linked our favorite welcome pickups below the description to this video. If you're renting a car or dropping one off, sometimes the rental agency will meet you at your arriving ferry with your vehicle or provide transportation the short distance to their office. Check out our other great travel guides that cover where to stay, eat, and go for popular destinations in Greece, across Europe, and around the world at santorinidave.com and across this YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.